Welcome back. My name is Cindy. I'm here to share with you what I discovered on my journey of overcoming chronic fatigue. And in today's episode, I kind of want to help you get a little fast forward look because I want to share with you what I would have done differently if I had known about DISH. And remember, DISH stands for Defensive Individual Shield Hypothesis. It's my working hypothesis that I discovered when nothing else seemed to work. So when I talk about when nothing else seemed to work, what I'm referring to is, yes, I did start off in the modern medicine path, and it only took me so far, and there was nothing they could do to help me. And so that's when I decided to start trying different alternative methods. And so I find that was kind of frustrating for me is because there's some people who are, this is the only way. And there's other people who are like, this is only the way. If you do this, it will work. And so, and it's frustrating because it's like, well, you need to do the work. And so what I did is when I wrote my book, Health Backwards, I actually put a list in there of the things I did try. And it's like I tried the probiotics, the enzymes, parasite cleanse, master cleanse, candida diet, essential oils, massage, exams, tests, medication, human growth hormone injections, exercise, chiropractor, acupuncture, this special type of acupuncture called, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's NAET. And then we have supplements. And then I tried the gluten-free, casein-free, egg-free diet. I even did the raw diet. And it was, believe me, it's difficult to do if you're allergic to sunflower seeds and bananas. I also tried several other diets, like the blood type diet, the keto diet, and stress reduction, emotion code, magnets, miracle mineral solution, homeopathy, adequate water consumption, prayer. And I mean, that's just the ones that I could think of off the top of my head that I included. And so I was looking everywhere trying to find something that would work because it is incredibly heart-wrenching to be hearing all this other stuff working for other people. And so you try it and it doesn't work. I was heartbroken. And what I didn't realize at the time is that my body couldn't do those things because my DISH wasn't working properly. And I think we see this more often than we realize, but we don't know that that's what we see because we're not even aware of what DISH is and aware of what DISH does. And so for me, looking back, at the patterns in the procedures not working. What I didn't realize is that at the time, the reason none of those methods worked for me is because my DISH was faulty. And I didn't know I had a DISH. And so therefore, how would I know it was a faulty DISH? And what was mind-blowing about that is that when I realized I had a DISH and it wasn't working properly, and I started trying to make it work properly on its own, manually doing the job, all those methods that I listed would start working for me, whereas in the past, they did not. And so if I could look back over that 10-year journey from when I started trying all of those different things to where at the point where I finally had the aha moment and understood what DISH was all about and started experimenting and implementing that, it's mind-blowing. And so to give you the short version of what it looks like is when the automatic DISH is not working, making it manual made the methods work. And making it manually is so basic and so simple. And what it is what I call the equal sign. And that is something else I share in my book. It's called Think Equal Sign. And in a nutshell, it's like I explain the scientific principle in that. And if you are interested in learning about DISH, I'm going to have a course that's called DISH 101. And it explains over a 6-day period, 10-minute video lessons, what it is. and the scientific principles behind it and the difference that it can make. I even actually have a case study of a difference with a kitten that's on there. And so I guess it's like I want to share with you because it's just amazing to me, even now, after I've been doing this for years now, because none of those methods worked. And then realizing now that it was because of DISH, I definitely would have wanted to understand and know about DISH far sooner than I did. I think it would have saved me probably 10 years of struggling when I didn't need to. And so that's what I'm sharing with you. And DISH is simple, but it's not easy. And I'm still trying to work on ways to explain it more easily so that it's more accessible for everybody. The part that blows my mind about this is that, let's say the DISH is not working properly. And let's say, for example, there's a certain supplement that my body did not have enough of. And the reason sometimes when we think of it not having enough, it's because we think, well, we just need to take more. But that's not the case. It can be that it's tied to the bad guy it's trying to fight, or it's located in a part of the body like the liver or the kidneys, and because of the battle that's going on, he's getting damaged in the fight. And so by having the good guy on the outside of my body, like tape it onto my liver or something like that, it allowed the body to not reject it. And I know that sounds totally crazy because I'm trying to explain the big picture when we need to know all the little pieces that go up to it. And that's what's amazing about DISH, is it explains where I think the point of when acute inflammation becomes chronic. And if we can narrow that down to just something that happened to where the body stopped doing what it was supposed to do, I really think we can make a lot of progress in our health. So what I wish I had known at that time was that when given supplements or medication or anything that they were prescribing for me to use to try to get over the hump or to get over the health challenge that I was having at the time, was that I needed to keep some of it on the outside of my body someplace. And by doing that, it would allow my body to do what it was meant to do. That's not something that's necessary for someone who has an automatic working DISH. But when my DISH was not working automatically and I did that small little step, it was me manually doing what DISH was supposed to be doing. Because it doesn't matter if it's automatic or manual, if I have a DISH, it works.